we use computers, smartphones, and other digital devices in our day-to-day life. These devices are not enough to store all applications you are using and images and videos you watch, and huge amounts of data it consumes, produces, or collects every millisecond. So, we need computer servers with large computing power and storage capacity. Either you can set up these servers at your home or workplace, which are called on-premise servers. But it requires a good amount of investment, and skilled engineers need to work 24/7 to make it always available. Another option is you can subscribe to any providers who already maintain these kinds of servers installed somewhere securely, and make it accessible through the internet or direct cable connection. Similar to electricity, internet, and utility subscriptions, you can use their computing power, storage from anywhere in the world. This is called cloud computing.
There are multiple companies who provide cloud computing services. The leading cloud providers are Amazon Web Services, known as AWS, Microsoft Azure, known as Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, known as GCP. Also, Alibaba, Oracle, Tencent, IBM, Huawei are few of the other providers in the market. All these companies provide virtual computers, databases, file storage, networking solutions, tools and services for analytics, machine learning and artificial intelligence, etc. All these tools and services can be configured and maintained through any web browser. Customers have to pay only for what they use.
There are 4 different types of cloud computing services: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and multi-cloud. When you subscribe for any cloud provider, you will get a public cloud by default. Public cloud shares the underlying infrastructure of your instances with others, which means your virtual machine and others' virtual machine may be running on the same physical server. Private cloud is similar to on-premises data centers, where an organization has exclusive use of the cloud, its services, and associated infrastructure. While a private cloud is still hosted by a cloud solution provider, it is dedicated to an organization, and resources are never shared. Hybrid cloud is using a combination of both public and private cloud. Multi-cloud is a strategy of using services from more than one cloud solution provider.
There are 3 models of cloud services: software as a service, SaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Let's learn about SaaS. SaaS are centrally hosted softwares and maintained by the provider itself. Some of the examples of SaaS are Google Workspace, Spotify, TurboTax, Zoom, Dropbox, etc. Users don't know where the applications are hosted and how it's maintained, but the SaaS application will be available to use 24/7. In other words, users do not need to worry about the infrastructure, operating system, application maintenance, data and file storage, etc. Users can just subscribe and start using the product from their computer or smartphone.
While SaaS products are targeted for end users, PaaS is targeted for the application developers or IT companies. Cloud service providers build the infrastructure and provide all required tools and solutions for application developers to develop, deploy, and manage their applications. This is called platform as a service. Developers can subscribe to this development platform anytime and pay for the service and duration they use. They don't need to worry about the infrastructure, operating system, and its maintenance. AWS Lambda, Google App Engine, Azure SQL are some of the examples of PaaS.
When users subscribe for IaaS, cloud service providers spin up the infrastructure and provide to the infrastructure as is. Now the responsibility is with the subscriber to manage the infrastructure, like upgrading the operating system, ensuring the high availability and scalability, improving performance, implementing security. This is called infrastructure as a service. Engineers and organizations who subscribe for IaaS require knowledge and experience similar to managing any on-premise servers and solutions. AWS EC2, Google Compute Engine, Azure Virtual Machine are some of the examples of IaaS.
I'm going to show how these 3 models work together in real time with an example. Cytenix is a software company that develops financial tools. One of their products has a large number of subscribers around the world. Let's see how they use the cloud to achieve this. Cytenix subscribed to a cloud service provider and provisioned an application server to host their applications. Now this server is called Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS. But, to reduce the maintenance overhead, Cytenix decided to use the database services managed by the cloud provider. Now this database service is called Platform as a Service, PaaS. Also they are using other PaaS services for authentication, monitoring, reporting, etc. With the help of these IaaS and PaaS services, Cytenix published a software product to the users which is called Software as a Service, SaaS.
There are two important terms to explain cloud security: security of the cloud and security in the cloud. Cloud provider is responsible for security of the cloud, which means protecting the infrastructure that runs all of the services offered in the cloud. Customer responsible for security in the cloud, which means responsibility will be determined by the cloud services that a customer selects. The cloud provider is responsible for the infrastructure which is composed of the hardware, software, networking, and facilities that run their cloud services. Customer responsibility also varies depending on which model they select. This determines the amount of configuration work the customer must perform as part of their security responsibilities. For example, customers have more responsibility if they subscribe to IaaS services.
Companies migrate their applications to the cloud for multiple benefits. Cost is one of them. You might have heard both opinions about cloud pricing. Cloud is cheaper or cloud is expensive. Interestingly, both opinions are wrong. Cloud cost is dependent on multiple factors like architecture design, country you hosted, frequency of execution, etc. Cloud providers offer multiple pricing models and different ways to save the cost. On-demand is the most popular and default pricing model. You only pay for what you use. This is perfect for infrequent and short-term usage, but it may become expensive in the longer run. If you are ready to commit for a long-term and reserve instances, there are saving plans. The beauty of cloud pricing model is you can start with on-demand services, and if it becomes expensive, you can move to saving plans at any time. All cloud providers offer their own calculators to estimate the cost even before you subscribe.
The growth of cloud computing opened a fastest-growing career track. Similar to software development track, there are multiple job roles available in cloud computing. Here are some of them: cloud developer, cloud architect, cloud administrator, cloud network engineer, cloud automation engineer, cloud security manager. Candidates who are looking for any of these roles should have knowledge and experience in one or more of these areas: networking and virtualization, programming and scripting, database setup, DevOps tools, cybersecurity. Most of the cloud providers offer free study materials and online training to increase the pool of resources who learn their cloud services. Cloud certifications are a good start for both beginners and experienced candidates. Preparing for cloud certifications will make you knowledgeable in cloud computing.